Right, if you ever want to know how to spot the CEO of testosterone, all you do is this. You look at the plate where all the croissants are, all the croissants. Not one, all of them. And if they're all gone, you know he's about. I'm at the co-working space, whole place to ourselves. Jack is upstairs, reading, sunning himself, the usual. And yeah, I'm going to create a quick video on why you shouldn't focus on the past, even though you already know this, but I'm going to actually teach you how so you can start focusing on the future rather than on getting that in that cycle of just thinking about the past, getting hung up on things, bad business decisions, ex-girlfriends, all this sort of stuff that you don't really want to be thinking about. You don't want to put a lot of energy into. You want to be thinking about the future. So let's do it. Right, let's see if Jack's tripod is anywhere. Oh, beautiful. Let's do this. Oh, I quite like this setup with falling. Nice. So why do we actually focus on the past? I think we look back on it with rose-tinted glasses to a time when life was perhaps better, or we thought it was better. I've done this so many times with relationships, business, other areas of my life. You think things are or were so much better, but when you actually look back without those glasses, just from a purely logical point of view, you can actually see how far you've come. But I won't lie, it's difficult to get to that place. There will always be things that play on our minds that sometimes we just can't help. But the danger in this is when things from the past are on your mind and occupying a lot of your brain, you can't dedicate any focus to the future, which is where it should be. The one fairly simple way of doing this, of attaching your focus to the future, is to look at your goals, look at this envisioned life that you have. I do this twice a day, morning and evening, just to sort of refresh myself. Sometimes I do it again during the day because it's on my laptop. So if ever I'm just scrolling about feeling like I'm not really in a flow state, I'll just go onto my goals, look through everything, short-term goals, mid-term goals, what I want my life to look like, who I'm going to become in 3, 6, 10 years' time. Look, when you focus your mind on the future, the past almost becomes irrelevant. You've been through it, you've learned from it, you've acknowledged it. Now it's time to move on. When your mind is solely taken up with who you were, you can't become who you want to be. Now, this is really important because with self-improvement, we're always wanting to become the next level version of ourselves. If you're stuck back at version 2, when you're wanting to be at version 10, you can't get to version 10 because version 2 is always on your mind. You have to flip that and think, version 10, who is this that I'm becoming? What does their day look like? What goes through their mind? Look, whenever you feel thoughts of the past come up, don't just blatantly dismiss them and aggressively put them out of your brain. That's not very healthy. When thoughts arise, what you want to do is listen to them. Question why they came up. Because sometimes it's likely that there's something there that you need to address. The practical thing that I do is journaling. Whenever I think about the past, I'll journal it down and address it later on. The value in this is that I don't get my mind all distracted with, let's say, an old business decision that I made that sort of didn't go well, came up. I would journal about it, journal why I think it came up, but then put it to one side because I don't want that going on in my mind. I've sort of addressed it with that journaling. And later on during the day, when I've got some downtime, I will go back to it. The important thing to do with things from the past is to accept that it is in the past. There's nothing you can do to change it. So would you rather stay hung up on it, on version 2 of yourself, on what the decisions that version 2 was making, what actions they were doing, what their day looked like? Or would you rather focus on version 10 of you, this version of you that's confident, successful, achieving all your goals and surpassing expectations? Which would you rather took up more space in your mind? I guarantee it's version 10. So what you need to do is be constantly reminding yourself of what version 10 looks like. Constantly telling yourself, oh, I'm a healthy person who makes respectable and positive decisions. If you're constantly reminding your brain that is who you are, then your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and what you tell it. So you start doing this and subconsciously your brain will start making these decisions. It's like, oh, I don't really fancy McDonald's. I'd rather go, I've got some leftover chicken and rice at home. I'd much rather have that because it leads me to becoming healthier, fitter, getting the body of my dreams. But yeah, I hope this has been valuable on how you can sort of move away from the past and start to look ahead towards this version 10, this level 100 version of yourselves that you will become. All right, guys, I hope this has been good. I will see you all soon.